And then the last song, War is a Wound, Peace is a Scar. Y'all already covered the million for each one of you. When I get to 60, that's 4 for each one of you. When I get to 80, hand over the empire too. Might seem far, but it's close and I can smell it too. Arid Kaleji, when we say war is a wound, I think it's obvious that if you go through a war or through a turbulence in your life or a struggle in your life, it leaves you with scars. So that show you your battle scars, you know. War is a wound. And then peace is a scar. It's like, majoro, hanuyana dilo tsa di tsamela shapo blawaka, ha ka bona ebile so le mokhaba, wa bo. But then that lifestyle comes with king's disease, you know. Lifestyle diabetes, type 2 diabetes, lifestyle diseases, you know. Success also can also become a scar. No lump sum, let's put it all in a trust. No manga lawyers, got someone that I can trust. 8 state, but 40 of that we shouldn't touch. Ain't selling any property unless it is a car. War is a wound and peace is a scar. Meaning, you know, lifestyle diseases or complications that comes with success, they are more hurtful than the person or feeling for it. You can sleep and then hustle tomorrow. But you can have all the money in the world. If you have diabetes or cancer for that matter, you will pay for all these doctors, but your life will shred into pieces at the end of the day. So that's the concept of war is a wound and peace is a scar. War is a wound and peace is a scar. Right through the heart, live for the art and working it hard. All of my heart, learn from the start to cope with the dark. Burning the spark, flow like an arc. I'm owning this yard. So I think that on its own is a lot to break down. And when you go to the lyrics, it will make sense now. Listen. There's a reason why I say what I say. Remember this day. Don't you ever be disdained by all of the pain this life is gonna bring to your way. You wouldn't be here if your mama was scared of the same. Listen. When you listen to what I said on the song in terms of war is a wound and peace is a scar. Watch your back, these niggas walking with knives. Backstabbing is common, they'll take your life. Stay away from these bitches, find you a wife. Especially the one with the vision, that is a dime, nigga. In closing, I would say go check it out. Go check out the album. It's coming soon. Probably this documentary will drop before the album drops. But definitely on the 24th of January, we are out, we are done. The album is already mixed and mastered, sitting and waiting with the distributor for the 24th of January. Salute.
Sooner or later, the treasure will find deep like a mine. You can own it, tell him smile, straight from your spine. Crooked faces, you see when the smile, go ahead and smile. Act dumb, don't show you smart. Scalibala hicha, lela si welele. DIY hangkang reno sebeles. You can pull out get the sebeles a jarte. Maros kana domo ja chel dele bon jande. Boys, peace, God.
That's why it's so. What's up, world? This is Young Stellar Object, aka YSO, all the way from Virginia in the 057. And I am featured by El-Fez on his War is a Wound, Peace is a Scar song. The last tune on the album, I think, right? Yeah. So the song is a song that is very close to me because even when I was writing it, I did not understand what I was writing. I was just pouring out what was inside of me. And then once I listened to it afterwards, it resonated a lot. All right, let's start from there. Let's start from you gotta live for your kids.
Yeah, you gotta live for your kids.
But any prophet can stop them being misfits. Take care of your business, but don't forget to give them kisses. Every villain in the world needed love and forgiveness. Let's go. So basically on the song, I say my biggest fear is that you never know me as I am. I'm talking to my daughter throughout the whole verse. I have a baby daughter that was born in 2024 in September. Her name is Liko. So I'm talking to her, say, so to my love, My biggest fear is that you'll never know me. Yes, I am. Peek, ponder upon the mirror, see the part of that. My biggest fear is that she'll never know me as I am, the person that I am. Because one of my fears is that as a black man, life and situations sometimes pull you away from your family and your kids grow up without you. And in that sense, your child grows up not knowing how you actually were, but by what they were told by other people. So I want my daughter to know me as I am. And it's one of my biggest fears that she has, right? And it goes on and says, peek, ponder upon a mirror, see a part of that, right? So anywhere she goes, if she wants to experience a piece of me, she can just look at herself, right? Because she's also an image of me, right? Peek, ponder upon a mirror, see a part of that. And then I start explaining who I am. I had dreams, have dreams to leave a print in the heart of kindred sad beings, search for meaning, going through life like a dictionary. Every room you break should never fail to read. I had dreams. No, I have dreams to leave a print in the heart of kindred sad beings, right? Which is one of the biggest reasons I do music, because everywhere I go, I want to affect people in a positive way, touch them in a positive way, in a way that we don't usually do on an everyday life. You can know a person, but maybe you cannot reach them when they're going through their hardest of times. So one of my biggest dreams was me being able to touch the hearts of kindred sad beings, as I'm also a sad being, so to say. So it's, I had dreams. No, I have dreams to leave a print in the heart of kindred sad beings. I search for meaning, going through life like a dictionary. That also goes to show, I'm saying to my daughter that every second of my life, I do not live it just to live, but I want it to have meaning, so that at the end of the day, when people remember me, they remember me meaningfully, right? To leave a print in the heart of kindred sad beings, search for meaning, go through life like a dictionary. Every room you grace, you should never fail to breathe. So everywhere you go, you should always check what is going on. Physically, emotionally, spiritually, you should be able to read each and every room that you walk into. Keep friends, but not every one of them wish you'd make it out, so thug it out. Sometimes you can hug it out. Fuck a grudge. I could have met my daddy if I could have just forgiven. The day that you were born, I realized how much I need him, but it's too late. True hate never prevails. That is pretty basic, and like it's an open palm to read. You can have friends, do have friends, but not every one of them wish you makes it out. Not every one of them wishes well for you. So thug it out. Just be strong, even if you fight with friends. This even goes to say, even in family. So thug it out, but sometimes you can hug it out. Yes, sometimes you can hug it out. So this means if you fight with someone, sometimes there's no problem that is not fixable between two people, especially if it's a disagreement. You can actually sit down and then you talk it out, you hug it out, and then you squash the beef. Gotta do right, leave a letter in the mail, better yet at the doorstep. UPS and DOWNs cannot stop me from keeping us together. The typical story of a black child growing up without their father, and you grow up to be angry at your parent for not being around, right? But then when my father passed on, I realized that I should have I should have opened my heart a little bit more and tried to forgive him, so that we have a relationship before he passes on. That was the other sentiment I was also trying to relay to my daughter, that squash the beefs, squash the grudges, because at the end of the day, sometimes someone will pass on and then you can no longer fix it, because now it's too late. True hate never prevails. Bomi bunzima kodwa likhona ithemba, Satan uyasebenza kodwa uthando lunamandla. No wound is more important than the shit. No wound is more important than the vision, but no vision is more important than family. Listen. Shit. And then I switch it now. I start telling my daughter that I'm not trying to do the same thing that my father did. So I gotta do right. Leave a letter in the mail. You know, us as Africans, when you go pay lobola, you have to, send your uncles with a letter to say that you want to marry the daughter of that home. So that's what I'm saying there. I gotta do right, leave a letter in the mail. Better yet, at the doorstep. That's how much I want to be close to them. I want us to be family. And then I say these UPSs and DOWNs, the ups and downs, will never stop me, or will never stop me from keeping us together, right? And that's the other thing that I want my daughter to know, is that I'll always fight to make sure that me and her are together, me and her mother, because I'm trying to build a family so that my child can grow up in a family, unlike I did. You know? Yeah, gotta do right, leave a letter in the mail. UPS and DOWNs cannot stop me from keeping us together. And then now it goes into the meaning of my daughter's name. Ubomi bunzima kodwa likhona ithemba, you know. So this is basically to say that she's my hope. When the minute her mother told me that we had conceived, I felt a rush of something I've never felt before in my life, which is absolute and true hope. So for me, she is my hope. This life is hard, but now God has given me the gift of my daughter, and just looking at her, I get all that hope. And it says, "Susatan uyasebenza, kodwa uthando lunamandla," which is what's gonna keep us together. We should keep loving one another, fight everything that is against us, so we can stay together. Yeah. No wound is more important than the vision, but no vision is more important than family. Listen, you know. So every that one says, even if you are on a mission and you get hurt, right? Sometimes you have to dust it up and keep moving on. The wound itself is not more important than the vision. So if you have to limp when you were running before, now you have to limp to a destination, right? Because no wound is more important than the vision, but no vision is more important than family, right? Don't let anything pull you away from family. You can chase your dreams, but always be centered back to family, right? So then says you have to live for your kids, generational wealth, which is what I'm doing. What I'm working for is so that her kids can also benefit from. Right? So it's all about legacy. It's all about love in the family. It's also about strength, you know. It's also about forgiveness, and that is the verse in all. Yeah.
No wound is more important than the vision, but no vision is more important than family. Listen.
Yo, Haiti, ma. It's a verbalist. Haiti, we are. A busy art of fatherhood. Unhealed wounds. It's that unhealed wounds. Things that you go through in life. And you actually never move on from them. They hurt you even if when you regard yourself as healed, but it's unhealed wounds. Like, for instance, losing my father at the age of 18. Just when I started to know him better, because I got a divorce with my mom when I was 5. So I started to form a relationship with my father when I was 16 years. So that's like 11 years down the line. And 2 years later on, he passes away. So that's why I say, funny how I still need you. Sometimes I ask myself, what would you have me do? 4 decades on this earth, a lot of things I'm going through. I think that speaks volumes. I'm a survivor. I know I got these genes from you, Papa. I can't expose it to these fools. Keep playing it cool. Keep wearing the shoe, even though, you know, it's like, that's the say by berekisang in our native tongue. Meaning, it's an example like when you buy a shoe, especially the formal shoes, you can wear a suit and shine. But you know that shoe is holding you tight within. So it means in life, netela tswela pele siwe, tswela pele ngwanaka la bophelo bo ka nna thata. Rola dieta tsa o tswele pele o shine. Bande ba I like your shoes, but when I was about you're suffering for that shoe. Ultimately, the shoe will take the shape of your foot, but about comfortable as life goes on. So it's like that's what unhealed wounds is. to say losing my father, enkawatile, blind, to a point where now I have my kids growing up. Sometimes I need his input. I have my mother, fortunately, and she's been very hands-on. She even, she does like she treats my children as her children, not only her grandchildren. So sometimes I wish my father could also experience those things. So I'm saying unhealed wounds. Ke tsone dipeininyana tse re phelang ka tsone, se phefumula ngenxeba.
Rebelist here to break down my verse on unhealed wounds. It's a track that El-Fez featured me on, and it's a very emotional track because it talks about loss and all of that. So that's what I focused on how I felt after my mother's loss, because the verse is based on the memory of my mother who passed away like 2.5 years ago. So I was talking about what I felt at that moment when I lost her, and the realization that came way later for her. How am I supposed to take that loss? So it reflects all over the verse that, you know what, I felt like this, I felt empty, I felt like my home no longer felt like home. Because the person who made home feel like home is no longer there. When I go out, come back later, there's food waiting for me. That no longer happens. So it's basically my feelings, and later I will explain for her. No, I took it like a man now, like a man. I know life goes on. You went through a lot of pain, and you know what, I wanted to be selfish and keep you. That's what I felt. I felt a little angry, a little sad, but at the end I saw you got sick and you were suffering and you were in pain, so I let go. So basically that's the crux of my entire verse. It encapsulates pain and the relief I saw that she's no longer in pain, and the me letting go and knowing you raised me. I became a man at a later stage. You didn't leave me as a child, you left me as a man. So that's basically the whole crux of the verse on unhealed wounds. The album will be released sometime this year, I think. It's El-Fez and the track is called Unhealed Wounds. And the album is The Art of Fatherhood by El-Fez. The track is going to be there, check it out. Probably going to be on all streaming platforms. Verbalist, as always, I'm out. Urban Rebel Culture for life. Peace.
Then when it comes to my favorite now, Art of Fatherhood, the title track. It's not only an album, it's the title track. It speaks to what this album is all about.
Being a father is a blessing, dog. Being a father is like, dog, a spiritual responsibility. Yeah. It's not just something you have to do, man up. Nah, dog. That's a fucking calling, dog. Yeah. So if you're a dad, rise up to the occasion, dog. Be a dad.
Yeah.
Don't fucking yellow page on your kids, dog.
Meaning fatherhood is an art. It's not, art is something that you practice. It's not an event. A child is born, you reka diphahlo, patala damage, and you're done. No.
I just became a father last night.
You can do those things. You still have to play a role in the child's life. Not only with cash, but as a father, it's very important to know that this is the age where we have to step up as fathers. We don't want deadbeat fathers. Black with your life, losing the spark, and it might be getting dark.
Let's turn a footpath into a highway. Mogolo o dira footpath. Let's turn that shit into a highway.
Bona no yana or change slowly. Wait till na ditlo. Yeah, that part la betjwa ke bad luck with your life losing the spark and it might be getting dark. Di plan di sa kopa. Le tla shapa le fatshe tsa malo khuma mafatshe o bo kopele ba fatshe ba o diele nyewo fatshe. Like, let's take it with us. Okay, now my father was maybe an exception because, but in most cases, ne, abontate ba abandona bana. Ila wana ba shotle. Emona tla shotle gata.
I never give you a mark. I've been blessed since I've been a father. Lit Olu, Kanda Park, at the Swaki Lake Park. Kaitela Tutta Yak, I was ready to be a father. Nenke Kanda Lemwana, Kilika Samatwadi, I was done.
It's very important to repeat, even to my children, especially my sons, to say, Bafet, make sure that you play a role in your kids' life.
Pride wrapped in my head like a ribbon, I was driven. The Bible was telling me it's a given like I'm Stephen. Was blind to see I need me some healing. I was giving it my all, hoping to fulfill the vision.
Life emo hurdy yo.
Yeah, this the art of fatherhood. For Tila Kimakoveni, come on, I get brotherhood. We're doing this like a show, living the industry shook with the concept so prolific, a message meant for the books.
So that's karma. So unless you have no control, you are trying to be there in your kid's life, your baby mama is coming with drama, fight for that shit. Fight for that shit.
Pinpoint on the joint, I'm demonstrating some growth. Generational wealth and share the stake with my boys. The fam slogan is gotta be already.
Because you have to be a father in your kid's life. So that's the art of fatherhood. It's like it's complicated, Joe.
Hey yo, beautiful people. This is Mag, aka Magoveni, aka Shinyela Dleleni Tembangani. I'm hereby representing a collab between El-Fez Gapa and Magoveni. We call our project The Art of Fatherhood. And in the project, we're actually like going through, the arthood of being a father. Because being a pops is not just, dropping a seed, or even like conceiving a child. It goes beyond that. It's like an art form. You need to use it to grow so that you can be able to relate with the new offsprings that you have going forth. So we have a couple of tracks that are quite nice, man. We have Why is a Wound, The Art of Fatherhood, Baby Mama Drama, Life I Komisanani Show, and Heal Wounds featuring Verbalist. And I think on Baby Mama Drama we have Toxophobia, yeah. And then on we also have a track called Struck to It Can't Hard to Be a Father featuring Stanza and Visa. Oh man, what a song. And then there's also Give and Take. So yeah, the tape will be dropping on the 24th of Jan. I think it took us like 6 months, yeah, to actually complete the whole thing. Because if my memory serves me well, I think we started working in August. Yeah, August. So yeah, look out for Art of Fatherhood dropping on the 24th of January. Give thanks.